The calendar marks September 7th, 2025, and above us, the night sky is preparing to unveil a spectacle, one that hasn't graced human eyes in decades. A blood moon eclipse, but not just any eclipse. This one carries a weight, a warning, a message whispered through time by mystics, observed by astronomers, and now echoed in the prophecies of the late Bulgarian seer, Baba Vanga. She, who many have called the Nostradamus of the Balkans, foresaw events that sent ripples across the world. And once again, her words beckon us to look up, to pay attention, to prepare. But why this blood moon? What does it signal for humanity? And more hauntingly, what secrets are hidden in the red glow that will soon paint the moon? To understand the gravity of what is coming, we must first understand the phenomenon itself. A blood moon occurs during a total lunar eclipse. This happens when the Earth positions itself directly between the sun and the moon, casting its shadow over our silent celestial companion. A normal lunar eclipse may darken the moon, leave it slightly shaded, but a blood moon, it glows deep red like a celestial ember suspended in the night sky, both beautiful and unsettling. The crimson hue emerges from the scattering of sunlight through the Earth's atmosphere. Blue light is filtered out, leaving only the red spectrum to kiss the moon's surface. Simple science, yes, but there is power in its rarity and a haunting beauty in its glow. For centuries, humanity has looked up at such a sky and felt its symbolism, its quiet warning. But September 7th, 2025, is no ordinary night. Astronomers tell us this eclipse will be unusually long, perhaps the longest total lunar eclipse in decades, visible across vast continents. From North and South America to parts of Europe, Africa, and the western edge of Asia, countless eyes will witness the moon transformed into a blood-red orb. And it doesn't end there. This eclipse aligns with rare celestial events, a near supermoon, subtle planetary alignments, and the tail end of certain solar cycles. Each element compounds the uniqueness of this night, forming a convergence that hasn't repeated in modern history. Throughout history, civilizations took notice when the sky spoke this loudly. They saw omens, signs, harbingers of profound change. And tonight, we may find ourselves asking, what is this blood-red warning telling us? Throughout history, blood moons have never been mere spectacles in the sky. They have appeared at the crossroads of human destiny, marking moments of upheaval, wars, and natural disasters. Ancient civilizations didn't just watch them, they recorded them. They etched their fear, their awe, and their reverence into stories, legends, and rituals that survived millennia. Kings, prophets, and shamans, they all looked to the blood moon for answers. Was it a signal of shifting power, a harbinger of calamity, or a test spiritual, moral, unavoidable? Some may dismiss these occurrences as coincidence. But when patterns repeat, when history echoes itself across centuries, it becomes impossible to ignore. Past eclipses have often preceded revolutions, sudden invasions, environmental disruptions that shook civilizations to their core. The symbolism is undeniable. Humanity cannot gaze upon a blood moon without reflecting, without questioning how aligned we truly are with the forces that govern our world. And this is where Baba Vanga enters the story. Born in 1911 in a small village in Bulgaria, she lost her sight at an early age. But what she lacked in vision of the eyes, she more than made up for with vision of the future. Her predictions were precise, specific, often terrifyingly accurate. From natural disasters to global political upheavals, her insight left many in awe. Skeptics dismissed her as a mystic, even a charlatan. Yet those who study prophecy seriously cannot ignore her track record. Vanga spoke of celestial events, not as random phenomena, but as messages, warnings written in the heavens themselves. She believed that cosmic alignments, particularly eclipses, carried meaning, a purpose. Now, look ahead to September 7th, 2025. Baba Vanga's warnings are clear. Though cryptic, she spoke of the red moon, of omens in the sky that humanity cannot afford to ignore. She connected these eclipses with moral and spiritual consequences, suggesting that division, neglect, and lack of unity could invite disaster. "The red moon will rise, and the hearts of men will be tested," she once said. There is a haunting morality in her words. The blood moon is both a warning and an opportunity. It is a mirror held up to humanity itself, asking, are we prepared, spiritually, morally, for what is coming? Science adds another layer of understanding. According to NASA, the blood moon on September 7th will reach its peak in the late hours, lingering in total eclipse for over an hour. Imagine that an entire hour bathed in crimson light. The visibility map reveals a vast audience, the Americas, Europe, and Africa all under this eerie, glowing spectacle. For astronomers, this alignment is nothing short of a treasure. It's a rare opportunity to study lunar surface reflections, the subtle scattering of Earth's atmosphere, and the delicate effects of our planet's shadow upon the moon. And yet, even NASA emphasizes its rarity. Eclipses of this duration, of this precise alignment, occur only once in several decades. When science highlights rarity, mystics like Baba Vanga see something deeper a chance. A moment when humanity can bear witness to an event that is not just celestial, but spiritual. A moment that whispers of possibility, of destiny, of reflection. Here, it's crucial to draw a line between astronomy and astrology, between scientific fact and mystical interpretation. Astronomy explains the how, why the moon will turn red, precisely when and where it will be visible. It gives us timing, duration, mechanics predictable, exact. Astrology and the world of mystics asks the bigger questions. What might this mean for humanity, for societies, for the collective consciousness? Both perspectives hold value. Science grounds us in reality. Prophecy challenges us to reflect on the choices we make and how we use the time and knowledge we are given. This blood moon of 2025 is exceptional because it speaks to both worlds. It is an undeniable, scientific marvel, layered over centuries of spiritual and cultural meaning. Throughout history, when the moon has turned red, nations have paused and remembered fragility. In 1493, after a blood moon, Europe saw the outbreak of wars that would reshape continents. In 1910, as the moon glowed crimson, social tensions simmered across the globe, signaling change before it erupted. More recently, in 2018, a partial blood moon coincided with political turmoil in multiple countries. Causality may be impossible to prove, but correlation is striking enough to make humanity pause. Could the blood moon of 2025 mark a similar turning point? Could it be a signal for a new era, or a reminder that our collective choices ripple far beyond what we can see? Perhaps, as we watch this crimson moon, we are not just observers, but participants in a moment that asks us to reflect, to choose wisely, and to awaken to the fragility and wonder of our shared world. The questions we must ask ourselves are not merely about science. They are questions of responsibility, of reflection, of unity. Baba Vanga warned that celestial events are not just phenomena to observe, they are tests, not of what we see in the sky, but of what we carry in our hearts. Are we united or divided? Are we mindful of our neighbors, of our planet, of the moral compass that guides society? The blood moon, with its crimson glow, is more than a spectacle. It is a call to pause, to reflect, a cosmic mirror urging humanity to examine itself. Some may feel fear. Some may read prophecies as threats, as harbingers of doom. But the truth is subtler, far more powerful. This warning is not about panic. It is about awareness, about preparation not only for catastrophe, but for a shift in consciousness. Meditation, reflection, acts of kindness, global awareness. These are the ways to align ourselves with the energies the blood moon may bring. Humanity is being asked to witness, to observe, and to act, with both humility and foresight. Consider this. The alignment of celestial bodies on September 7th is not just rare, it is unprecedented in our lifetime. The moon will rise as a near supermoon, larger, closer, more commanding than usual. At the same time, planetary alignments will occur, subtle yet powerful, intensifying gravitational and energetic influences. Some astrologers warn that these forces may amplify emotional, societal, and spiritual tensions. Skepticism is natural. Reason demands it. Yet history reminds us that coincidences are rarely just coincidences. The sky is preparing a canvas, and humanity is both the observer and the subject. In this moment, we are invited not to fear but to awaken, not to despair but to act with awareness. The blood moon is not just above us, it is within us. Reflecting on Baba Vanga's insights, one begins to notice a pattern. Humanity is capable of extraordinary greatness, but it is also capable of self-destruction. The blood moon is not a sentence. It is a question posed by the universe itself, testing whether we are awake, aware, and willing to evolve. Will we continue down a path of conflict, division, neglect, or will we rise to meet the spiritual responsibility that such rare celestial events demand? Baba Vanga's prophecies are never vague. They are moral calls urging us to examine our ethical compass, our empathy, our commitment to a shared future. As the moon turns crimson, history reminds us, events often unfold in ways we cannot predict. Natural disasters, political upheavals, technological breakthroughs, they coincide, sometimes eerily, with rare alignments in the sky. The blood moon does not cause these events, but it is a symbol, a cosmic punctuation, marking a moment that will be remembered. And for those who watch carefully, the lessons are clear. Preparedness is not only physical, it is spiritual. Reflection is not only personal, it is collective. The moon rising in red is a reminder that we are part of something greater, bound by forces we may not fully understand, yet must respect. Some may ask, what should I do? How should I prepare for the blood moon? The answer is as simple as it is profound. Awareness. Observe the eclipse, yes, but also look inward. Reflect on your actions, your relationships, your role in the grand tapestry of humanity. Acts of kindness, generosity, unity, these ripple far beyond the individual. They echo in ways science may not measure, but spirituality certainly recognizes. Meditation, contemplation, even discussion with friends and family can deepen understanding, can awaken a collective consciousness capable of responding to the signs the universe lays before us. The blood moon is more than a spectacle. It is a mirror reflecting not only the sky, but our choices, our humanity, and the path we choose to follow. There is a practical side to preparation. Astronomers advise us to observe the blood moon safely, whether through the lens of a telescope or with our own eyes. Communities can gather to marvel, to reflect, to feel the rhythm of the cosmos together. Awareness campaigns, public talks, or simply sharing what we know with one another can transform fear into understanding. This is the essence of Baba Vanga's guidance, that events of cosmic significance are opportunities for growth, not instruments of terror. The moon will rise, blood red, and the question remains, will we rise to the occasion alongside it? History, prophecy, science, they converge in September 2025, a celestial event poised to capture the attention of millions across the globe. Baba Vanga's warning echoes with undeniable clarity. We are at a moment that will test our awareness, our morality, our unity. The blood moon is a signal, a signpost, pointing to choices we have yet to make, responsibilities we may have ignored, and the transformations that await those willing to listen. Will humanity heed the call, or let this rare event pass without reflection? We cannot ignore the alignment of symbolism, history, and prophecy. The moon turning crimson is more than a visual spectacle. It is a cosmic invitation to ponder, to examine, to act. The same force that science explains, with atmospheric scattering, carries with it layers of meaning that human civilization has interpreted for millennia. Empires rose and fell under red moons. Revolutions began. Cultural shifts accelerated. The blood moon asks us, in subtle yet profound ways, what will our story be under its glow? The lesson is clear. Fear is not the answer. Awareness is. Baba Vanga's prophecy is a mirror, and the blood moon is the reflection. As September 7th, 2025, draws near, humanity stands at a crossroads. The opportunity is immense to unite, to act responsibly, to align with a higher understanding of our place in the universe. Each observer of the blood moon becomes part of this narrative, part of a historical moment that will be remembered, studied, perhaps even revered. Ask yourself, when the moon rises red, will you look up in awe, or will you look away in ignorance? Will you seize this moment to reflect, to meditate, to connect, to act? Or will it slip past you, leaving only the memory of a rare cosmic event, without its deeper significance? Baba Vanga's warning is not just a prophecy. It is a challenge. The blood moon will rise. But the question remains, will humanity rise with it? This blood moon is not merely a spectacle in the sky. It is a mirror for each of us. It asks us to confront our actions, our intentions, to measure our readiness to face the consequences of both. The crimson glow is more than a color, it is a call to introspection, to unity, to moral clarity. History has shown us ignoring such omens rarely leads to good outcomes. The red moon is here to remind us, to awaken us, to challenge us, to align with forces greater than ourselves. NASA confirms the eclipse's rarity. Astronomers marvel at its length, its visibility. Mystics recall Vanga's insights with reverence. But beyond facts, beyond predictions, lies a deeper truth. We are part of a universe that communicates in signs. Some listen with eyes, some with instruments, and some with the intuition of centuries past. The blood moon of September 7th, 2025, calls upon all three forms of observation, scientific, spiritual, and historical, to converge. As night falls, communities will gather, individuals will observe, and the world will pause. And in that pause, a question will linger in our collective consciousness. What does this mean for us as a species, as a civilization, as moral beings capable of change? Baba Vanga's words echo through time. How we respond may define the next chapter of human history. Reflection, meditation, kindness, awareness. These are not mere suggestions. They are the pathways through which we honor the warning. As the moon glows crimson, it invites us to examine not just the sky, but our hearts, our communities, the planet we share. Each act of unity, each moment of mindfulness, strengthens the bridge between human action and cosmic symbolism. Could the blood moon mark a turning point for humanity? Could it be the moment when awareness spreads, when divisions shrink, when a collective awakening begins? These are not questions answered by the stars. They are questions only we can answer. But the warning is real, the opportunity is real, and the cosmic sign is undeniable. This is a moment to watch, to think, to reflect, to act. The blood moon will rise, but the question remains, will we rise with it? The answer, lies within each of us. Prepare spiritually, reflect personally, act with kindness. Share this message, discuss it with others. Approach this event with an open mind and a vigilant heart. Baba Vanga's warnings are not mere stories, they are calls to action. Calls to awareness, calls to alignment with the forces that shape our destiny. The blood moon is here to remind us of our responsibility. To ourselves, to each other, and to the world. As September 7th approaches, the world will watch the sky. But remember, the sky is watching us back. A silent, eternal observer, reminding us of life's fragility, its beauty, and our interconnectedness. The red moon will rise a visual symphony of science, history, and prophecy. And what we do in response will echo far beyond the night, influencing not just the coming days, but generations yet to come. Take this time seriously. Observe the moon, but also observe yourselves. Engage in reflection. Embrace unity. Act with moral clarity. The blood moon of 2025 is not just a celestial event. It is a test, a message, an opportunity wrapped in crimson light. History has watched such events unfold, and humanity has always had a choice to heed the warning or to ignore it. This time, the stakes are just as high, and the question remains, are we ready? As we count down the days, consider the symbolism, the history, the science, the prophecy. This is a moment to pause, to look up and ask the questions that truly matter. Are we awake? Are we prepared? Are we united in purpose, in morality? The moon will rise red, a beacon in the night, a reflection of cosmic order, a challenge to the hearts of men. Prepare, reflect, act. The blood moon approaches, and with it, the echoes of Baba Vanga's warning. No moment in the heavens is ever random. Each celestial sign carries meaning. Each warning carries responsibility. On September 7th, 2025, when the moon turns crimson, remember this. You are part of a universe that observes, that tests, that expects. The question is not whether the moon will rise at will. The question is whether humanity rises alongside it. As the night of September 7th draws near, a quiet anticipation fills the air not only among astronomers and stargazers, but among those who have long studied the subtle signs that precede change. For centuries, humanity has turned its gaze to the sky for guidance, for understanding, and sometimes for warning. The blood moon is one of the oldest symbols in our shared history, a crimson reminder that we exist within a larger order, a universe that often communicates through patterns, through cycles, through events that transcend our daily lives. And now, for the first time in decades, the moon's deep, red glow will stretch across the world in a way that demands our attention. Baba Vanga's words resonate more strongly than ever. She spoke of cosmic events as mirrors of human consciousness, insisting that what happens above is reflected below. When the moon turns red, it is not merely an astronomical curiosity. No, it is a signpost, a call to examine the choices we make not just as individuals, but as a collective society. History has shown us how often humanity brushes off these messages, dismissing celestial events as coincidence, as myth, as irrelevant. Yet, if we pause, if we truly observe, if we allow ourselves to reflect and to act, the message becomes undeniable. The universe is speaking, and it expects us to listen. NASA confirms that this eclipse will be visible for hours across multiple regions, an extraordinary chance to witness its majesty in real time. And yet, its significance extends far beyond scientific observation. This blood moon aligns with a near supermoon, an occurrence that magnifies not just its size in the sky, but its symbolic power. A supermoon, when the moon draws closest to Earth, appears larger, brighter, more commanding. And when this occurs alongside a total lunar eclipse, the effect is profound. Across cultures, moments like this have inspired awe, reverence, and deep reflection. Baba Vanga would remind us, such awe is not meant to be passive. It is an invitation to examine ourselves, our communities, and the path we are collectively walking. Throughout history, eclipses and blood moons have coincided with moments of upheaval, with transformation. In 1493, a blood moon rose before European conflicts escalated, reshaping continents. In 1910, it appeared amid rising social tensions and revolutionary movements around the globe. And even in the 21st century, eclipses have often preceded unpredictable events, from natural disasters to political instability. Correlation is not causation, yet the repeated pattern cannot be ignored. These events whisper a truth that humanity often forgets. The universe is not random. It is ordered, cyclical, and at times prophetic. The question that emerges is not simply whether the moon will turn red, but what humanity will do in response. Will we rise to the challenge posed by such a rare alignment, or will we allow it to pass unnoticed, failing to heed the moral and spiritual call it carries? Baba Vanga's words suggest that the blood moon is more than a celestial phenomenon. It is a test, a reminder that humanity's survival, its growth, depends not only on technological progress, but on the integrity, the unity, and the awareness of our collective heart. Acts of kindness, ethical choices, and global cooperation are not abstract ideals. They are the necessary response to the warnings and opportunities the cosmos presents. Spiritual preparation is as critical as practical awareness. The blood moon asks us to pause, to reflect on our actions, to meditate, and to cultivate empathy and responsibility. It reminds us that our lives are interconnected, that choices made in isolation ripple across the world, and in a time when division and conflict dominate the headlines, the moon's crimson glow becomes a symbol of unity, urging humanity to consider, to pause, and to act with moral clarity. History, spirituality, and science converge to emphasize one truth. We are approaching a moment of both opportunity and risk. Humanity has always been tested by extraordinary alignments, celestial and terrestrial. The difference today is awareness. Science allows us to predict timing, visibility, and the precise nature of the eclipse. Prophecy reminds us that these rare events carry moral and spiritual dimensions. Together, they form a call to action: observe, reflect, and act responsibly in a world that is fragile, yet magnificent. And one cannot overlook the subtle warning in the blood moon's crimson glow. Red is not just a color, it is energy, urgency, alertness. It signals danger, passion, transformation. When the moon is bathed in red, it evokes these qualities on a cosmic scale, reminding us of the intensity of forces shaping our world. Baba Vanga's warning aligns with this symbolism, suggesting that the time surrounding the blood moon is not ordinary. Reflection and action are no longer optional, they are necessary. The spiritual implications are profound. Meditation, prayer, and quiet reflection during the eclipse can amplify awareness, connecting the individual to the cosmic order itself. Every act of compassion, every gesture of unity, resonates with the energy of the blood moon. In this sense, the moon's fiery glow is not simply a spectacle, it is an opportunity for humanity to align with integrity, empathy, and foresight. And yet, prophetic insight warns, to ignore this moment is not without consequence. It could shape not just our personal paths, but the collective journey of societies, our cohesion, our ability to act together as one. Astrologers note that the alignment of planets during this eclipse may influence collective moods, even societal trends. NASA confirms the precise mechanics: the moon passing through the Earth's shadow, a cosmic dance written in the language of physics. Here lies the beauty, the union of science and mysticism. Knowledge alone is not enough. As Baba Vanga emphasized, insight must be paired with moral clarity, reflection, and purposeful action. The universe speaks through patterns, and the blood moon is one such pattern. Those who ignore it do so at their peril. For the average observer, the choice is simple but profound. When the moon rises red, will you watch passively, or will you engage actively? Active engagement means reflection on personal decisions, on societal actions, on the ways we connect and care for one another. It means acts of kindness, sharing knowledge, fostering dialogue, and building understanding across communities. Fear achieves nothing. Awareness, preparation, and action, these create alignment with the cosmic message. Consider the centuries of human experience with blood moons. Ancient civilizations carved records into stone, wove myths into the fabric of culture, inscribed prophecies into scripture. They understood, intuitively, that celestial events are not mere occurrences. They are symbols, messages to interpret. Baba Vanga's modern prophecies continue this ancient tradition. The blood moon is a bridge connecting history, science, spirituality, and morality in one vivid, undeniable moment. The blood moon is not merely an event in the sky. It is a reflection of our collective journey, an external manifestation of the possibilities within us, waiting to be realized. As the world prepares for September 7th, 2025, the anticipation is not merely about witnessing a red moon rise against the night sky. No, this blood moon carries a message far deeper than astronomy, far beyond borders, far beyond the eye's perception. It speaks directly to the moral and spiritual state of humanity. Baba Vanga's warning echoes louder now than ever. This is not just an eclipse. It is a cosmic checkpoint, a moment when the consequences of our choices, both collective and individual, are reflected back to us. And the question lingers, what will the moon reveal about our readiness to face change? Throughout history, celestial events like this have marked turning points for humankind. Ancient societies, though they lacked the tools of modern science, understood something profound. They saw these phenomena as markers of divine timing. They watched the skies, they tracked alignments, and they linked the heavens to the course of human events, harvests, wars, migrations, the rise and fall of empires. The blood moon of 2025, visible across continents, amplified by rare planetary alignments, by the glow of a near supermoon, is such a moment, almost as if the universe itself is urging us to pause, to reflect, to prepare, not just for what we can see, but for the unseen consequences, the ripples that stretch across time. Baba Vanga taught us that the heavens are a mirror to human behavior. Cosmic events like eclipses are not mere spectacles, they are tests. Tests of awareness, of morality, of unity. This red moon, it asks us, can we respond responsibly, knowing that we are not separate from the universe, but part of a vast, interconnected whole? This is not mysticism for its own sake. It is a challenge to see the world not just with our eyes, but through the lens of history, consequence, and shared responsibility. The blood moon reminds us of cycles of nature, cycles of society, cycles of consciousness. Just as the moon waxes and wanes, civilizations rise, and they fall. September 7th, 2025, offers a rare opportunity to break destructive cycles. Reflection, meditation, conscious action, they can create transformation, just as neglect, apathy, division can amplify chaos. The eclipse is both symbolic and practical. It calls us to observe the patterns in our lives, to recognize imbalance, to take deliberate steps toward harmony, toward unity, toward a future shaped by awareness rather than ignorance. Science confirms the rarity of this event. NASA reports that totality will last over an hour, and the moon's crimson glow will be visible across the Americas, parts of Europe, and Africa. But there is more than meets the eye. Planetary alignments occurring simultaneously create subtle gravitational and energetic interactions, forces that ripple through nature and, quietly, through human perception. Some may dismiss these as coincidences or superstition, yet history suggests otherwise. Rare alignments often coincide with moments of societal tension, natural upheaval, or transformative breakthroughs. The blood moon reminds us that human beings are attuned, in ways both measurable and intangible, to the rhythms of the cosmos. It whispers to us that we are not separate from the universe, but participants in a vast, unfolding dance. Here, prophecy and science converge. Baba Vanga's warnings were never merely mystical. They were anchored in observation. She urged humanity to respect these celestial phenomena and not to fear them. Her words carry a dual message: moral alignment and conscious action. The blood moon is a catalyst, a symbol of both potential consequence and extraordinary opportunity. Those who ignore its lessons risk repeating history. Those who embrace its guidance may find clarity, insight, and profound growth. Preparing for the blood moon is simple, yet profound. Observe the moon not merely as a spectacle, but as a sign. Reflect on your choices, your relationships, your actions. Meditate, pray, or simply sit in quiet contemplation. Engage in acts of kindness. Foster unity within your family, your community, and even across the world. These small gestures are far from insignificant. Each mindful act resonates beyond immediate perception. Each conscious step aligns human behavior with the greater order that the blood moon embodies. In its crimson glow, we are reminded humanity's destiny is not fixed. It is shaped by awareness, by intention, by the choices we make in moments of cosmic significance. Finally, remember this: the blood moon is more than a rare celestial event. It is a profound reminder of our place in the universe, a cosmic checkpoint, a moment to pause, reflect, and take responsibility. Baba Vanga's words echo across time. The red moon will rise, and humanity's hearts will be tested. Will we respond with awareness, with compassion, with unity? Or will we let this moment slip away, ignoring the lessons that history, science, and prophecy offer? The answer lies within each of us, and the opportunity is now. The countdown to September 7th, 2025, is more than a measure of days. It is a measure of readiness. Prepare spiritually. Act responsibly. Embrace the moral and cosmic lessons hidden within this rare event. Reflect on your choices. Connect with your community. Recognize that the red moon is not just a phenomenon, it is a symbol, a mirror, a guide. The universe is speaking. The question is, will humanity listen? As the moon rises, share this message. Discuss it. Reflect upon it. Prepare together. The blood moon is not just a celestial spectacle. It is a turning point, a moral checkpoint, a cosmic mirror demanding our attention, our reflection, our action. Each one who witnesses it becomes part of this story, a participant in a moment that will be remembered for decades, maybe centuries. In the crimson light of September 7th, 2025, humanity will see more than a moon. We will see ourselves, our divisions, our responsibilities, our potential, our choices. The blood moon calls us to rise in awareness, to rise in unity, to rise in moral clarity. Baba Vanga has warned us. History has guided us. Science has illuminated the mechanics. Now it is up to humanity to respond. The moon will rise, red. The question remains, will we rise alongside it? Will we rise?